Go! My name is Kenny Mamarella-D'Cruz, and it's Wednesday at 2 something, which means it's Wednesday at 1. At 1 o'clock this Wednesday, I was at the Admiralty pub upstairs, tucking into some not quite Christmas tucker. It crossed my mind that for starters, I could have sticky toffee pudding. For dessert, I could have apple crumble, and I don't remember what I was going to have for main course, because my GAPS diet's over. I've been on a GAPS diet for 3 years until about last week, and that was no sugar, no carbs, no this, no that, whatever. And yeah, I cheated over the last year, so I did 2 good years, and it totally rewired my brain, and my other brain, and my, heart, head, and gut brain. And I can figure things out. And you know, I had a lot of mental health issues, OCD, BDD, Tourette's. I had post-traumatic stress disorder stuff. I'd pick my hair and pick it myself and relieve anxiety with all that nonsense. The only one that was left after I learned to calm down and unlearn stuff and get over it, the only one I had left was dyscalculia, which is about time and distance and weight and numbers and, you know, all that stuff. And the GAPS diet rewired my brain that I can deal with these things even better. So my GAPS diet finished last week while I was at the Being a Man festival, and I didn't make a big hoo-ha and razzmatazz about it. Also last week, I must have given maybe 3 talks before Being a Man festival, then 2 at Being a Man, 2 radio things. The Huffington rejected me because it was too long and I haven't heard back. Good Man Project published something, and I've had a wild and wicked and glamorous and happening and sometimes very embarrassing and really scary life. And it's been really good. And it's just been go, 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 not eating enough, not sleeping enough, and just keeping up with it, because November's a different month. And the Being a Man festival was absolutely amazing. The Sunday before we were on the farm, because it was International Men's Day, and they were like 12, 18 of us, something like that. Brilliant. We lit a fire. We went walking. We ate. There were strange voices from God telling us what to do, and we followed instruction, because that's divine guidance for you. We didn't sacrifice a pig, but we had a veggie chili that Lee made, and I was so chuffed that Neil said, this is like proper, those voices, Bertie's going to save the day, thank you Bertie. Neil says this is like quite amazing, because I was, you know, OCD was one of my things. Neil said there's this big kind of bowl thing that Lee cleaned up with another guy, and they cleaned out the mold and the grime and the crap and stuff out of it, made it sparkling clean, put all these ingredients on the huge fire that they built, and everyone ate it. And for Neil to say that he enjoyed it, and so did his son, and he wasn't controlling about cleanliness. And
Ansel Trafford is watching.
Oh my God, Ansel and I used to work together when I had my Total Rethink company, the design company that turned into the marketing company. And Marianne Williamson herself said thanks to both you, Ansel, and I in her book Illuminato. Do you remember when we went through and you did the kind of first draft artwork, and I was editing that book together? Marianne Williamson's book. How cool is that? So yeah, hey Ansel. So yeah, I was just rambling on about how busy life is and how I haven't tarted myself up like I should have on social media and newsletters and all that kind of stuff. So I need someone to tart for me. Or I just need to not tart. I just like showing up and doing my thing, and I haven't got it in me to do all this computer stuff. I don't know how that's going to happen. What I'm doing in December, now that there's all this publicity and everything happening in November, is December I draw back and I think, okay, I have everything I want, including this, become the man you want to be. So it was Bertie's idea to get this leaflet together, and it's got all the ground rules from the men's groups. So this is what we agree, or change and haggle and then agree. And then it's got the check-in round with this double A4 sheet of paper, which you can download from the new website. Yet there's even a new website. It's all happening so quickly. mensgroups.co.uk. Press a button, download this, run your own men's group. You don't need to come to mine unless you want to. I'm also going to have this thing where other people who run men's groups can email me, tell me, or maybe fill in their own profile, and then there'll be a listing through the country and partly throughout the world of men's groups that you can join. And if you want more training on how to run a men's group, or how to communicate, or how to bring out the best in people, then on the first Saturday of every month, I'm going to be running Men Facilitate. How to facilitate your own men's groups, and how to communicate, and how to listen, etc., etc. And I've got the best venue right next door to Great Portland Street Station, overlooking Regent's Park. So tonight, I'm not one to talk about does my bum look big in this, but tonight I'm on the Chrissy B show, and I've been on it before. It's a Sky TV show. And I'm talking about this, basically. Download it and do it yourself. Mental health issues, communication, etc. And talking about the tools that I'm giving to men and women to empower us to live beyond the survival mode and into creative, intimate passion. So Chrissy B show tonight, and I was thinking this morning, okay, so I'm up early enough to shave and make myself look relatively decent. What do I wear? Because people are now saying to me, you can't wear that jumper again. You wore it at so-and-so interview, or you wore it on so-and-so video. Or you can't wear that shirt. We've seen that shirt. So what am I supposed to do? Like spend a fortune buying clothes? Or do people kind of get a stylist and rent clothes for their different videos or their different appearances? Or what I need is, if one of you lot could just put me in touch with Paul Smith. I need Paul Smith to say, please wear my clothes. You can have whatever you want. And then I wear Paul Smith clothes, which I love. And then I don't have this issue of people telling me, you can't wear that anymore. Or what do you think you're looking at? And then there's the strange thing of, who am I? And who do people want me to be? And where do they come together so I can be authentic and I can serve you? It was really interesting when a couple of people said to me recently, since watching the Facebook Lives that Bertie and I have been doing, when I checked you out on your website, I didn't like you. I didn't like the blazer. It was too slick. You looked too doctory or too professional. But when I saw you on Facebook Live, you're a bloke. You're a real person. Now I can relate to you. Now I want to work with you. So it was interesting to see that people, thankfully, or the people who want to work with me, don't want a slick act. They want a real person that can show up and meet them where they are and move together nicely. Where so much of marketing has said, well, you need to pretend to be this, or look like that, or present yourself like this, or have everything edited and touched up and whatever. And for me, it's like, well, actually, no. Authentic is the way. Vulnerable is the way. And it's through the vulnerability that there's space for me and there's power for me to just let it out, rather than kind of take one step away from you, one step away from me, and think, how do I perform this right? And for me, that's just like, it's dirty business. I remember what it was like in my own family and in a couple of my communities of, so these are the secrets against that one, and if you say this to that person, they might be offended because you didn't visit them when you visited that one. Or these are the lies to tell those people because that will make them happy, but it's different lies for those people, and that aunt shouldn't know this, and those cousins shouldn't know that. Oh my God, that was being a good Catholic, a good family member, a good community player. It's like different secrets and lies for different people, so everyone's happy. There was no space for me to even exist. So I've cleared all of that away, and people know and don't necessarily like that what you see is what you get. And if you don't tell me, it doesn't exist, because I haven't got the capacity anymore to know what to wear, leave alone to second guess. So for me, it's all about showing up, telling the truth, being the truth, and not having to take one step back, second guess, and then perform. So this is real. Real is also going to happen on Saturday. We have 10 people, plus Bertie and I. Bertie is going to, well, Bertie films all the Men Facilitate Day workshops, and then we cut it down. The last one was what, 2-3 hours that we cut it down to?
3 hours.
3 hours. So when you've done a Men Facilitate workshop, which is a day to give you the tools to, you know, hold a men's group or any group, communicate, etc., etc. When you've done that, then you have access to all the old trainings and various other things. Plus you get to redo the training for half whatever the price is. At the moment, it's 150 for the day. So people that redo it are doing it for 75. And for me, it's all about practicing and passing it on. So Saturday, Men Facilitate. It's going to be great. Sunday is the Gentleman's Grooming Show. Now, I have got, if you go to, I don't know what the website is, but Google Gentleman's Grooming Show, and if you put in the code Kenny50, you get tickets for half price, which I think is only a £5. And it should be a laugh to show up and just check out people comparing beards and tweeds and looks and all of that. As well as bring your shoes that need shining. There's a free shoe shine, there's a free haircut, there's whiskey to taste, and you get to meet Fernando, who's going to be talking about branding and marketing men's brands. Fernando was behind the Lynx campaign, Get Laid, turned into Who Are You? What do you think? How do you be an authentic man? And what's up? So Fernando turned it around from a cheap boy brand to Who Are You as an authentic man brand. So Fernando's going to be talking on Sunday, and it's a busy time. I look forward to November being over, because all this fame stuff is pretty, I mean, it's brilliant, because I've had a chance to share, so much from the Being a Man stage and radio, BBC, what was it? 5 Live, BBC Radio 5 Live with Majid Niwaz, excellent guy, and I've probably pronounced his name wrong. So there's been a lot of publicity stuff and all of that. Now for me, I've done my November stuff with BAM, International Men's Day, my own training, etc., etc. Now it's time to slow down and to think December. It's the Rooster Year. The Rooster Year is all about structure and being sensitive to needs and having them met, having automation in place, having everything in order so I can show up, do my thing, and there's a structure behind me to catch it. So December, I've decided I'm going to start my business planning from my personal life. Enough sleep, exercise. I'm lucky. I don't look like shit, actually. I kind of look okay. I'm 53. I haven't done any exercise since August, and it's not that bad. Wait until you see me in January, because December I start exercising again. Angela and I finished 3 years of GAPS diet, gut and psychology syndrome, life-changing, within the first 3 months, because we were doing, you know, obviously no sugar, no dairy, no gluten, no white carbs like rice and potatoes and bread and stuff. I went down from a 32 to a 28 waist. I was like a waif. And then I just discovered coffee, because I had no fat to burn. I wasn't eating sugars and carbs and stuff for energy. So from December, I will be working. I will be passing as much as I can on. I will have enough space for sleep and good food and exercise and my wife and the people I love the most. and then come the groups, and then come the public work, and then come the private clients, etc. But I didn't, when I, dreams are coming true. What I didn't figure is that it would cost time. Now that I realise that it costs time, I'm turning it totally on its back, and it's me managing and owning my time and doing it that way forwards. So yeah, wordy Rapping Hood. So tonight I'm on the Chrissy B show, which means it's the last time you'll probably see this. Paul Smith needs to make contact, otherwise I'll be buying stuff at Uniqlo. Everyone tells me Uniqlo's where it's at these days. I don't like big labels or anything. I like really simple clothes. I like the clothes to be on me, I like to wear the clothes rather than the clothes wearing me. It's Christmas. Can I turn that to show the tree?
It's a bit...
Oh, I won't. It's a bit iffy. I'm at the RSA Christmas tree. I've also joined the Institute of Directors. I kind of thought, 53. Yeah, I'm old enough. I don't know any big words. I haven't got any really, really nice tweed suits, but I might buy one in the sales. It feels like time to get proper adult business backing, as well as the research they provide, so I can pass on all the tools that I have. And let's see how it goes. So I am going to stop blabbing, and what am I going to do today? I need to catch up on so much of the last few days and the media stuff I've done. I haven't looked at Facebook, I haven't looked at emails. I need to catch up and just...
Ansel says, good to see you and hear you again, Kenny. I look forward to tuning in again.
Thank you, Ansel. Good to see you too. Yeah, I need structure. When Ansel and I worked together, I had my warehouse in Bethnal Green on Viner Street, and I remember letting everyone else go, and it was Ansel and I doing all the marketing and publicity, some brilliant design work. And then I moved to Fiji, and I came to the end of that cycle where all my dreams came true, and the only thing that was missing was sunshine. So I went away for Christmas and New Year with my family to the Canaries, came back to my warehouse in Viner Street, burgled. Everything was gone, and I was right. It was a sign saying, you've completed London, move on. It took me a day to realise that I was actually insured, so I could replace everything, take care of my clients, take care of my staff, and move on. And that's when I started with my travels and moving to Fiji. So I am at the end of the cycle. A lot of people around me are at the end of the cycle, and now it's time for me to extend who I am and what I have from the heart and pass on the tools. So here you go. And here you go. Men's groups there.
Yeah.
Mensgroups.co.uk.